Um, well, welcome everyone. I know people are still logging on, and I expect fewer people today because I think it's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everyone. I'll share more about that later in worship, but I think they're probably at brunches and sleeping in and hopefully being pampered like every mother should be, not just once a year, but every day.
Right.
But this morning we are happy to have Maggie Heistand, a new member at 7th Street Christian Church, and glad that we get to know her a little bit better this morning. So, hi, Maggie.
Hello.
Hi, Maggie.
Well, tell us about yourself. We'll do the basics. Where you're from? Where'd you grow up?
Well, I grew up mostly in Connecticut. I was born in Virginia. I was born because my dad was in the Navy, so I was born at Portsmouth Naval Hospital. But when I was about 2 years old, we moved to Connecticut, and so I spent most of my childhood in Connecticut. So I kind of consider myself a New Englander, even though, I guess anyway. I guess if you're born in Virginia, you're a Virginian. But so that's been my childhood years, and then I did go for college. I went to Virginia Tech, and then VCU for my master's in social work. And then what I don't. You want to tell I can tell my whole life story if you want, or if you just want a little bit more. Not all the gory details, but what?
No, that's great. So, what do you like to do when, like in your spare time? Like, do you like to travel or eat or?
I do like to travel. I like to go to concerts. I like, to go to movies, plays. I like to listen to live music. I don't like to dance in public. I will, maybe groove in my seat or, clap or something, but I'm not into public dancing, but I do enjoy listening to live music and watching other people dance. I do enjoy traveling. I'm going to be traveling to California probably in a couple of months, once this COVID thing gets a little bit more situated, to visit family out there. So
nice. That sounds so exciting. And do you have any other siblings?
Yes. Yeah, I do have I have an older sister. She is 49. I'm 40. I'll be 47 on May 20th. So my birthday's coming up. And so she's 49, and so she lives out in Alameda, which is in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And she's married, and she works for Facebook, and she has two teenage stepchildren, and so everybody asks me, what does she do for Facebook? And I think she like does a blog. I don't really understand it. It's like, it's for Facebook employees. It's like something internal for Facebook employees. Other people can look at it. It's public, but unless you're like a computer science engineer, you really wouldn't be able to follow it or understand it. I guess other nerds can follow it and understand it, but just the average person probably wouldn't be interested. So.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm glad you're going to get to finally see her, and that will be lovely. I'll just pause and say, anyone that has questions for Maggie, feel free to put those in the chat or chime in. I have another question, Maggie, and that is, are you a dog person or cat person?
Both. I mean, I don't judge, but But I'm a basset hound person. We did adopt a basset hound in August of 2020, and his name is Tucker, and he's adorable. And he's 9 years old, and he's just the sweetest thing. And I had a Basset Hound years ago when I was married, and they're just the best dogs. They have the best temperament. They're just so sweet, and they just want to be loved, and they're just so affectionate. And so, yeah, but I'm not opposed. I like cats too. I'm not opposed to cats. But they're just a little more aloof and a little bit more, independent.
That's right. Yes, there are some dog breeds like that too, like my Great Pyrenees Mishka. That's
She's more independent.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Pyrenees are known to be incredibly independent because they are bred to be on their own to guard animals. So, okay. But I've seen pictures on your Facebook about Tucker. So that's what made me ask. I didn't mean to set you up or for any cat dog debates. That was not the intention, but you got Tucker then right at the perfect time of pre-pandemic stuff, and I'm sure Tucker.
Yeah, it was like in the midst of it. Yeah, because we were like I remember when we picked him up, we were wearing masks and everything, and it was sort of early on. I mean, it was in August, so it wasn't early on, but it was like right in the heart, right when things were really picking up. So yeah, so
well, Dave Mansell's asked in the chat, what type of music or groups do you like?
I like most types of music. I mean, I like country, I like bluegrass, I listen to 103.7 FM, which is like 90s and 2000 and today, that kind of music. So, and I like Duran Duran. If you follow me on Facebook, I post a lot of John Taylor. He's my imaginary husband. And what kind of music? I like the Dixie Chicks or the Chicks Now, and I'm pretty open to. I don't like heavy metal or like really like jarring music, but any other kind of music I like.
That's great. No, it's just always, that's a great question. It's always interesting to see if there's a particular genre or a spectrum, anything like that. So
and I mean, I really like Alison Krauss. Speaking of bluegrass, Alison Krauss. I mean, I used to really, really be into her, and I still like her. I'm not. I guess she's not as popular. I think there was a period where she was like really popular, and I really liked her. But I still like her. I just don't ever listen to her as much as I used to.
That's what happens as we get older. And all the new stuff comes in. We think, well, that wasn't that long ago. Only it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Alison Krauss. She's fantastic. Dave says, Diane loves Alison Krauss too. That's great. Cheryl Loggy asks, are you working in social work today?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Currently, I'm not employed. I live with my parents. I had some mental health issues myself. So I stopped working in social work, and I did some other things for a while. I worked as a CNA for a while, and a CNA is a certified nursing assistant. And so right now, but no, I'm not working. And my parents are in their 70s, and they're physically in good health, and they're independent. My mom's mom had Alzheimer's, and my mom is already showing signs of memory lapses and memory impairment, and asking the same questions over and over again, and telling the same stories over and over again. So I just kind of I see that in my future. Oh. So and so I do sort of anyway, so that's what I mean, and I like to cook. I do like to cook. I cook dinner most nights. Um, and
That's great.
that's
Yeah, no, that's great. Cheryl,
okay.
Cheryl points out that you are doing social work just domestically.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, your parents are lucky to have you there to keep an eye out and watch out. I think that's so wonderful that you're able to be with them, and I think that's one of the I mean, I think when we talk about the blessings of COVID and in some cases being able to have reconnect with family, that's one thing that I've seen, or like I've seen a lot of friends sharing of like moving back in with parents or getting to see their family members more often because of, close proximity and things like that. So I think that's absolutely fantastic that you get to be there with her and your dad too. So perhaps a
Yeah, and
blessing.
I kind of act as a little buffer between the two of them too. So, but that's on the down low. Okay.
I heard that like y'all kind of live on a farm or something, right? Like some nice, beautiful
Yes.
property.
We live on 10 acres of land, and so we do have horses. And yeah, we have 3 horses, 2 barn cats, and then an indoor cat and a dog.
And a dog. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's total farm
That's-
life right there.
Mhm.
Do you ride? How come? Who loves the horses?
Well, my mom always loved horses, and so this was, her dream. Once, they retired, she wanted to get a horse farm. But no, I don't ride. And my sister used to ride. My sister was really into horses growing up, and I don't like. I mean, I appreciate and I admire horses, but I don't like to be on top of them. It just makes me nervous. So, but I just enjoy them. I just appreciate them.
Yeah.
They're pets. They're all of our horses have been retired like race horses. So they they had a purpose, and then what I mean, they only have like the very short amount of time when they're whatever at their prime, and then they're either they're just shipped away, and so we're sort of like a haven for horses that have retired.
Yeah. Oh, that's so wonderful. That's fantastic. That is so excellent. Well, we have time for one more question. Any last questions for Maggie? Anyone? I'm waiting for if anyone adds in the chat. Well, Maggie, we
I
are.
have something to add if nobody has a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
I was going to ask about favorite foods, but you probably have something better.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I was just going to let you know. I mean, I just wanted to explain that I was born with Cushing's syndrome, and I'm going to spell it for you so that you guys can Google it. It's CROUZON, and it's basically it's a craniofacial disorder, and there's lots of different, it's a syndrome, so there's lots of different symptoms that are, people might have. So essentially it's a genetic mutation, and it affects the rate of the growth of the facial bones and the skull. So after I was born, and then growing up, I had a lot of surgeries, a lot of reconstructive facial surgeries. But that's, I'm done with that, just because I'm just, psychologically done with it. And I'm also, a lot of times with people with Cushing's can have, I do have glasses and I have hearing aids. Sometimes they can have like heart problems or breathing problems. I'm blessed in that I don't have any of those problems. I've never have needed like any. I'm healthy otherwise. I'm otherwise healthy, but yeah. So.
And how do you spell that again?
It's CROUZ, as in zebra, ON.
Croujons. Okay.
Coujon. Yeah, and that's just basically the doctor who
Okay.
labeled it.
That's
Yeah.
that's how
Who identified it and wrote about it and studied it, I guess.
Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing that information with us. And we get to learn about something, not just about you, but something new perhaps that we weren't aware of. So well, we are thrilled that you are part of 7th Street Christian Church. I look forward to getting to know you better and in person. Just so you guys know, Maggie found out about 7th Street through Mary Lib. So we are grateful also to Mary Lib for inviting you. And all that to say, guys, that's how we've gotten all of our people, is because you guys have shared the good news, not just of the gospel, but of 7th Street. So keep that up. So thank you so much. And friends, we'll take a brief couple-minute break. So if you need anything, your communion elements or anything, go grab those, and we